11:33. You are listening to the Mid-Morning Talk on Salam Media on this special Women's Day. It is the 9th of August, and yeah, 9th of August is a special day in South Africa because it is a National Women's Day. All right, and we are celebrating phenomenal women today. The year 2050 has been predicted by some to be a bleak year rather, for the ocean. Experts say that by 2050, there may be more plastic than fish in the sea, or perhaps only plastic left. Others say 90% of our coral reefs may be dead. Waves of mass marine extinction may be unleashed, and our seas may be left overheated, acidified, and lacking oxygen. Now, if those numbers don't scare you into preserving our oceans, I hope my next guest will inspire you to do so. Let's meet 20-year-old environmental activist Zoe Prinsloo. Good morning, Zoe, and thank you for joining me.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
It is a pleasure. So we are celebrating phenomenal women today, and well, you have made it to the list as an environmental activist. Thank you for your time. So tell us a bit about Zoe Prinsloo. Who is Zoe?
So, I am an environmental activist, and yeah, as you said, I'm 20 years old, and I am just an average so I'm just trying my best and trying to encourage others that, you too can make a difference, no matter how young or old you are.
Mm. How did you develop an interest in the concept in being a conservationist of the environment? I mean, it's quite an interesting story you have there, especially about the turtle. Please elaborate on that.
Yeah, so I joined Girl Guides when I was 10 years old, and I am so glad I did because through them I did a lot of community service and I did my first beach cleanup with them as well. And since I was about 10, I've been cleaning the beach, and it is very difficult for someone so young to be, you go to the beach for fun and you just see all of this litter around, and you're dodging plastic and you're dodging cans, and you know at such a young age you don't feel like you can do a lot or you can make a difference, but you really can. And I did that just by starting beach cleanups, and I started running them myself, and yeah, I've never stopped. And I just wanted to try and find alternatives to all of those single-use plastics that we find on the beach and all of those culprits that we can't seem to get rid of. Yeah, so I just looked for things to help and ways that us average people can make small differences, because every small difference does make a difference. And
Mm,
yeah, the turtle story that you're talking about, I also, when I was about 15, 16, I saw the video of the turtle with the straw in its nose, and it just
mm,
broke my heart. And from then I was like, no more plastic straws, never again. Yeah, and I started looking for plastic straw alternatives, which, we sell now as well. And luckily, eco-friendly products are a lot more available now than they were back, what is that, like 7 years?
mm.
Yeah, so I just, hunted around to find things and to try and make a business or organization that you can find these things easily available and not as expensive as, they are nowadays. So,
Mm,
yeah,
mhm,
and that's how we started.
mhm. And what inspired the Save a Fishie initiative, and what is the goal of the organization?
So I believe strongly in education, because if we can educate everyone and educate the young, it will just help kind of develop in your habits and in your daily
Mhm,
lives. So Save a Fishy believes strongly that, every small piece that you pick up, every little difference that you make does make such a huge difference in the end. Because if everyone did one little thing, I mean, there's so many of us all together, we can make a huge difference, even if everyone is just doing a little bit along the way. So I believe strongly with Save a Fishy that, we run beach cleanups every weekend. If you come to a beach cleanup and you fill one bag, you are making such a big difference for that piece of plastic along the line and down the road. And yeah, Save a Fishy's name actually came from I was doing a beach cleanup at our regular beach that we clean at, and I picked up a packet along the rocks, and it was filled with water. Instantly let the water out, and a little fish swam out, and it was like a
Oh.
really life-changing moment for me, because if I wasn't there on that day, if I didn't pick up that piece of plastic, that fish would have died in that bag. And I believe that strongly for every other piece of litter, because the chain reaction of one piece in the ocean is unbelievable. So yeah, every little bit really, really does help, no matter how small it may feel.
Now, in my introduction, I spoke about plastic, and that by 2050, by the year 2050, most of
Mm.
our ocean will be filled with plastic, if not only plastic. Now, how does plastic end up in the oceans?
So what we can see from different beaches that you clean at, a lot of it is washed out from sewers. So the drainage systems, if people are flushing things they're not supposed to be, and it you see like litter on the side of the road, and you're like, this is so far from the ocean, it's never going to end up there. But all
Hmm.
drains lead to the ocean. So everything that you see along the road, every little piece that you pick up, you're saving that piece of plastic from ending up in the ocean. And yeah, what's sad is so many people are still uneducated, that they'll leave their litter at the beach. They'll take takeout to the beach and they'll leave it there. So you can really tell the difference between things that have been left at the beach, things that have washed up, things that have been gathering in the ocean for years. You can really tell the difference. And yeah, it's just sad how everything seems to land in the ocean. So we really have to protect and preserve from all aspects of our lives, not just at the beach and at the ocean.
Hmm. And just what you mentioned there about the litter on the side of the road, many of us never think that that would actually end up in the ocean. That's how we turn a
Yeah.
blind eye, and we just leave it. Or perhaps we'll be driving and we throw something out of the window. I'm like, "Ah, don't worry about it."
Yes.
But it's those are the things that end up in the ocean, and it's like, just
Exactly.
nothing to us until we really need the oceans, and there's nothing left for us there.
Exactly. No, for sure.
Now, speaking about the cleanup projects, tell us a bit about them, and how does it make you feel, every time you go and clean a beach or a specific area of the beach, and you find the same litter all over again. You
Hmm.
find the cigarette butts, you find the plastics, the plastic packets, you find things that you find
Yes.
all the time when you go back there. How does that make you feel?
So to answer your first question, yeah, we have a lot of cleanup campaigns. We clean up almost every weekend at the same beach, because like you said, every time we go back, it's dirty, and every time we go back, there's more and more. But it can be a bit, demoralizing and a bit exhausting, but I do feel like consistency is key. So we go every weekend, we make sure to keep a handle on it, and keep things before they go out again. So unfortunately, a lot of the stuff at our beach is so biodegraded and broken down, that it can't usually be recycled. So we focus mainly on get it off the beach as soon as possible before it goes out again and potentially harms the sea animals. So yeah, it is hard going back every weekend, and it's dirty, and seeing that people still aren't learning. um yeah, and like with COVID now, seeing that there are still so many masks. We actually cleaned there today at about 2 hours ago, and there are still so many masks there, and yeah, it's tough, but we got to be consistent and just be proud in the work that we've done so far. So just got to keep on.
Yeah, keep on it. And I feel like our leaders in power need to do something
Yeah.
more. They need to do more for our oceans and for the environment. Do you think
Mm.
maybe a fining system would prevent or would assist with the litter and the plastics?
Yes, for sure. I think we are lacking in power on the beach, and lacking in people that are there to actually enforce these rules, because there are people, solid waste law enforcement, that can give fines for littering, but you see them in their uniform and in their vans, and obviously you're not going to do it while they're there, so they wait for them to leave and
Mm.
they'll do it afterwards. So you kind of need like little undercover litter spies, if you'll call it, to keep a tab on it, and just be there all the time, because it's not okay. And unfortunately, we can't expect our law enforcement to be everywhere all the time. So we just need more manpower for sure.
And speaking of manpower, what can we all do to conserve the oceans?
There is so much we can do, from the little things at home to, going out and actually coming and helping at one of our beach cleanups. We're there almost every Saturday. We clean here by Mornington Lagoon. Yeah, there's so much for you guys to do. Making little changes at home, bringing your own reusable bags, reusable cups, the straws, things like that. And just switching little things at home. For instance, the earbud sticks. You will not believe how many earbud sticks we find on the beach. It is very heartbreaking when there is an alternative. You do get paper buds and little bamboo stick earbud sticks. Just make the little changes at home, It really, as soon as we start phasing things out and the more people that get on board, the easier it'll be to make the change over. And then we will have a lesser demand for the plastic items, which we can then get the big people to stop manufacturing them.
And what would you like to say to those big people, the big companies, the ones that are the biggest contributors actually of the plastic waste, of the waste, of the oil, of everything that is in the ocean right now?
I think all the big companies need to take a step back and realize that I understand money is important to keep going. I understand that, but if we don't make a change now, there's not going to be a planet for you to, thrive off of and make all your money and your millions off of. We need to make a change now, even if it means, cutting back some costs. I mean, these millionaires, they don't care because it's not going to affect them, but it affects my kids and my grandkids that one day will not have an ocean or not have a beach, or my great grandkids that won't even have an earth, because we're killing it so quickly because the big people are just so money hungry that they don't want to change and they don't want to cut back. So, if the big corporates can just try everything they can, cut costs, cut back on plastics. If they need to, take a little bit less home at the end of the day, if it means saving our planet, it means, for millions more years, we can actually still have this planet and not, just destroy it day by day.
Zoe, please stay with us. We're going to take a quick break and we will continue thereafter.
Awesome.
Fresh. Listen to Salam Media.
For a long time, we've lived in a centralized world where institutions held the all-important data and confirmed all transactions. Those times are over. Welcome to Libertas Group, a blockchain development company boasting an ecosystem that continually redefines the way we do business. Our blockchain is decentralized, making it immune to hacking or alteration, putting the power back in your hands with no middleman, so you can focus on the growth of your business. Libertas, the simplest investment choice you'll make.
Decades of war, devastating drought, and economic collapse have pushed the Afghan people to the edge of survival. 24 million need life-saving aid, and 5 million children are knocking on famine's door. The world cannot just watch as this terrible crisis unfolds. With your support, the Al Imdad Foundation is delivering emergency relief to the Afghan people. Donate online at alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
With so many investment options today, it's only natural that you might feel a little confused which route to take. Should I buy shares or should I invest in gold bullion? Randery Jewelers now brings you the Zahab coin, an alternative to the Kruger Rand. The Zahab coin, a solid wealth protector in its purest form of 24-karat gold, is the safest way to protect your wealth. So don't just sit there and watch your paper money depreciate. Change to gold. Call Randery Jewelers now at 031-202-4701 or visit www.rjcoin.co.za, situated at 151 Essenwood Road, Musgrave, Durban. Randery Jewelers, the family name you can trust.
Approximately 785 million people in this world do not have access to safe, clean water. In developing countries, around 80% of all illnesses are due to contaminated water and poor sanitation. Don't let dirty water end a life. Build a water well in Bangladesh, Malawi, Nepal, Zimbabwe, or here at home in South Africa. Donate to Penny Appeal's Thirst Relief Project to bring safe, clean water to communities around the world. www.pennyappeal.org.za or call 031 1100 573. Penny Appeal. Small change, big difference.
It's a new beginning. It's a new era. Salam Media, humanitarian journalism.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Mid-Morning Talk on Salam Media on the special Women's Day broadcast, and we are celebrating phenomenal women. Excuse me, I seem to be coming down with the cold, with the flu. All right, still with me is environmental activist and the founder of Save a Fishie initiative, Zoe Princelow, staying with us now. Where can we go to learn more about Save a Fishie?
So we are on all of the media platforms. On Facebook, you can just search Save a Fishie. On TikTok, Instagram, saveafishie_SA. And yeah, you can email us at info@saveafishie.co.za. We have a website, www.saveafishie.co.za. And yeah, you can find all of our contact details on all of those platforms. And yeah, just simply type in Google there, Save a Fishie, and it'll come up.
All right. And what is your message to the audience, especially to the women out there on this Women's Day?
I think to all the women, I mean, the environmental activist groups, they are unfortunately majority women. They are amazing men doing amazing things, but the women are really taking power in it, and they really just giving their all to it. And it's so lovely to see and to work with such amazing women who are so empowering, and I really look up to all of them. And I mean, all of these women, you are never too small or too old or not good enough to, make a difference. If you don't feel like you're making a difference in any aspect of your life, come down to the beach, come make a difference, because I promise you, it is such a nice therapeutic way to start your day and to end your day feeling so amazing. And yeah, like I said, every small difference makes a huge difference in the end.
Definitely. I mean, you're giving back to nature so that nature can give back to you later on in a few years to come. Zoe, it has been a pleasure chatting to you and getting to know a bit about Save a Fishie as well as yourself. Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you well in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much for having me. It was lovely.
Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
See you.
And that was Zoe Prinsloo, an environmental activist, taking us through the Save a Fishie initiative. And you can find out more about Save a Fishie on all social media platforms, and also by just Googling Save a Fishie. And do your bit to help protect and conserve our oceans, our environment as well. That little piece of paper that you see on the side of the road, pick it up, put it in the bin. I know it's irritating to go to a restaurant and be given a paper straw. So if you don't want that, go with your own straw. Go with your own metal straw. I've seen some of these metal straws being sold in stores, and they're quite nice. You can keep them, you can use them, and they come with a cleaner, so you can also clean them and make sure that you reuse them all the time. Keep one in your bag, take extras for your kids, for your friends, for whomever, and you know that when you go to a restaurant, you don't have to complain about getting a paper straw, because 80% of the time you probably will get a paper straw. All right, you are listening to this special broadcast of the Mid-Morning Talk on Salam Media with me, Mariam Mukwanda, and we do have something about Women's Day. So here it is.